Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, DJ Kiggy.
And this is Dirty Chris.
And this is the Scratch Theory of Texas
Podcast.
What is going on, y'all? It's your girl, DJ Kiggy.
And this is Dirty Chris.
You already know what it is. It's the Scratch Theory of Texas Podcast. Chris, we have been so effing busy, man. What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Man, this past weekend, just work at the hospital. Haven't done any gigs, editing all my pictures, editing podcats. You know how it is, just work.
I hear that.
What's up with you?
My God, I worked for 6 days straight. As of last Tuesday was my last day, and then now I'm getting to ramp up again for another 8-hour wedding.
Oh my goodness!
On Saturday, and then
you ready for that?
No, I'm never ready for that. No, I am ready. I've been trying to get as ready as I can, but you know it's a long day, and it's also Austin Pride weekend. So
right,
shout out to my fellow queers and queerettes, man, and happy Pride to y'all.
Yeah, what's up?
We've got a drag show coming up. So by the time y'all hear this episode, it already happened. So, but anyway, man, shout out to all of us in the queer community. But without further ado, we've got the dopest of the dopest turntablist right here next to me. Y'all, let me tell you something. When I saw him on the turntables, I was like, that's it. I quit DJing. That's it. I don't know if y'all saw this video one time, but I was like, is it me or is it Dopez? Is it me or is it Dopez? I'm going to pretend it's me, even though it does. That's not what I sound like. But we've got DJ Dopez in the house, man. Y'all make some noise for DJ Dopez. Hey. All that good stuff. Let me tell y'all a little bit about Dopez, man. We were having a conversation just earlier. Man, he has, and correct me if I'm wrong, won 2 DMC regionals. Mm-hmm. Is that right? 2015, 2019. You are a DMC US finalist. You are a 4-time battle champ for Texas Scratch League. Mm-hmm. You have been a competitor for FaZe. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Wow.
And you are also a vice champ.
Yes.
Man, y'all give it up one more time, man. Where the applause at? That's what I'm saying.
It just means second place, though. It's just second place, I promise. It's
man, listen,
crazy.
Second place better than no place, and that's where I sit. I keep it cute, and that is it. What you do on these turntables, dog, it is crazy. It's commendable, man.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So for the people that don't know you, aside from all the accolades that I just read, man, who is Dopez? Who is Netscape? Tell us about yourself. How did you get started DJing? Where did turntablism come into play? All that good stuff, man.
Shit. Well, we got an hour, right?
Yeah.
All right, time to
let's go.
Time to get into it.
Unpack it.
I'll give you the abridged version.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I was into house music when I was like in 8th grade. I loved house music, Deadmau5, Daft Punk, Justice, French house shit. That was like that 2010 shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Begged my mom for some turntables. She didn't want to get them for me. Cause I get it. You know, she's like, what the fuck are you gonna do with these things? So, my grandparents, my late grandfather, he actually got me my first pair of turntables. I kept my grades up and he got me some 1200s.
Wow.
Well, okay. I had like the DJ in the box type setup from Guitar Center.
Yeah.
You know, at first.
Yeah.
But I kept my grades up and I got to buy like one 1200, like one off guitar, online for $300. Then the second one, like 6 months later, after like report cards came out again.
Yeah.
And then I got the second pair
after the next 6 weeks.
After the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you remember what brand it was?
They were Stantons.
Okay.
They were Stanton turntables.
Okay.
They were the T52Bs. And it was like a little bullshit Stanton mixer that I had ripped the fader apart, trying to get it to cut. I remember like trying to figure out how to like put credit cards in there and like cutting up things, like trying to get it to cut nice and using WD-40, which you're not supposed to use WD-40 on the damn fader.
I know, but we used it back.
But we did it anyway. But we did it anyway. Anyway, so by the time I got the turntables, I learned kind of like the basics of mixing.
Yeah.
But I kind of was like, well, what the hell else do you do with these things? Like besides, because I just want to play house music and techno.
Yeah.
So that's when I like started. I saw a video of Mike Realm DJing in 2008, YouTube Live. He was video scratching with Serato. He had like a 57 SL. and he was cutting the Charlie Bit Me video.
Oh my God.
And he was video scratching that. And something about that, when I saw it, I'm like, that just made like the most sense to me. I'm like, that's what I want to learn. I want to learn how to cut like that. So then I kind of forgot all about like the house music shit. And then I strictly focused on just scratching. Not even DJing, not even putting together mixes, not even like even bothering to like really actually learn how to DJ, like, you know, like a party or whatever. I just wanted to learn how to cut. So
let's just say you come home from school. How many hours after school were you practicing cutting?
Shit, like 2, 3.
That's a lot. That's a long time.
Yeah. Because I just use the DJ Angelo tutorials.
Oh,
that's all I used.
Tutorials.
I just followed each one step by step. First, just like the chirp, then it's like a transform, then it's like the flare, the 1 click, the 2 click, then the crab. I just followed each video because I didn't have like no one else that I knew was really into that shit. Like it was at the time when like, you know, electronic music wasn't as big as it is now. Everybody was on indie rock shit. So all my little friends would like make fun of me for like liking like house music, techno, turntable based music. They're like, what the fuck? That's not real. Like that's not the Arctic Monkeys. That's not the Strokes.
Arctic Monkeys.
So like that was the era I was coming up in. I was like, you know, 16 years old.
Yeah.
So
how old are you?
I am about to turn 29.
Oh God.
I'm about to turn 29.
Young.
Where is that drink?
You look 25.
Here you go.
Haga la chingada.
I still get it. You know, I'll run into a friend and then she'll be like, Are you 21 yet? And I'm like, oh shit, no.
I ID'd him before he came in.
That's good.
I was like, Dopez, you want a beer? He's like, sure. I'm like, let me see your ID.
Let me see your ID. Yeah. No, mijos.
X is on my hand. Oh man, yeah. So many of my old videos, like of me, like at you know, all their turntable,
M, like a minor.
Yep. But no, like no one else was into that shit that I was back in the day. So all I had was online. Like I would post to DJ forums online and kind of get critiqued. Like I would record like me practicing for like, you know, like a little 2-minute freestyle or whatever. I post it to a forum online, and then all those fucking nerds would like tear me apart, or they'll be like, oh, okay, you sound pretty good. You should work on this, that, and the other.
Wow.
So I used to record all of my practice sessions, like just me cutting or whatever.
You were determined to get it.
Yeah. And plus I mean, my only outlet was the internet. I didn't have like, I was too young to go to events. I was too young to go to like, you know, any sort of club type installation with turntables.
Yeah.
Everybody that I did know that was into turntables was just like older than me, you know? So like I would go to I remember one time I went to Hog Wild Records in San Antonio. I bought a Super Seal.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You remember the spot?
Yes.
Shit. That's where I met
right there by Sac.
Yeah, right there. I used to go right there. And
you from San Antonio?
I'm from San Antonio.
What part?
North side.
Oh shit, I'm
North
West Side.
Oh shit.
West Side. Commerce General
What is
McMullen,
that?
baby.
78237?
78237, 78228.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I was oh, you're gonna hate where I'm from.
Where are you from?
Battle of zip
Guess.
codes.
Churchill.
No.
Reagan.
No.
Okay. I'm lost.
Alamo Heights.
Oh, get out of here. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Niner, baby.
No.
Mules up.
Oh, God.
Alamo Whites. This for everyone that's unaware. Alamo Whites.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Okay, for people that don't know or that are not from San Antonio, anything north side is considered white. Anything west is Mexican. Anything south is Mexican. Mexican is like Little Laredo.
Yeah.
Anything east is mostly black. And then anything Bernie is like super country. That's like northwest.
Wow.
Am I right?
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Nailed
we
it.
would consider him like, oh, you white boy. So
Yeah,
you're
no,
Hispanic.
basically,
We
yeah.
probably would have thought he was white.
No, yeah.
But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't know that.
So
All right.
I would go to Hog Wild, and I remember I bought a scratch record there one day, and one of the guys working there, DJ Dacos, shouts out Dacos. He was like the first person to ever put me on like a poster, like a flyer, you know. And I played like a little 30-minute set at this bar called High Tones.
It's still going on.
Back in 2013. I was so young. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. He gave me $60 at the end of it, and I was like, holy shit. I made money doing this. Like, this is great. You know, $60 back when I was fucking, you know, like 17, 18. I must have been 18 at the time.
And back in the day, that's a lot of money.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I bought a record. It was a scratch record. And then he was like, oh shit, like, you know what this is? And I'm like, of course. Like, I see it right here. It says beats, breaks. It's like every record store, every decent record store has that one section of like battle record shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like probably the only person I feel like, you know, buying them shits. Buying like a Super Seal or a damn dirt style shampoo breaks or whatever.
Was the Turntablist scratch scene pretty big at that time in San Antonio? Like, I mean, you were like on the internet and forums. Like, was there any San Antonio guys?
No, not really. Not really. Not that I knew of. I mean,
because I think like Donnie D is probably the only other guy, or probably the only guy that I know that's done DMCs and stuff like that. No, Ammunition too. But Donnie D, that's about it.
Yeah. No, I just didn't even know how to approach those cats because I was like so young.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I was literally just like, you know, like, oh wow, you guys are so cool. Like maybe you can hang out. Maybe we can hang out sometime if my mom lets me. And then, you know, like again, like, yeah, exactly. So like again, there was that disconnect where I didn't know anybody else that was into it. All I knew is that I just liked it, and so I'd use the internet as my outlet. When I was 16, I got an MPC 2000 XL. I begged my mom for that one too. That was like, you know, $300 off Guitar Center. I still have it to this day. I almost sold it years ago. The same one. Damn. I almost sold it literally because like maybe like 5 years ago I was like, man, $300 sounds pretty good right now. But like I'm glad I didn't sell it, and I still use it to this day. And it's like I wanted to make beats like DJ Premier. I just wanted to all I wanted to do was like because I was so into the hip hop shit, all I wanted to do was like scratch records and make boom bap ass fucking like hip hop.
Love that.
You know, that Tribe Called Quest, that East Coast jazzy sound. That's all I mean, I still bump the hell out of those records today. Yeah. Like that's still what if I'm driving around and cruising to, that's still what I listen to. Yeah. Just because the production was so nice. So I just wanted to, you know, I got the MPC, learn how to chop up records and sample drum breaks and stuff like that on that.
And the MPC has a great sound.
Oh, punchy as hell.
It's amazing.
I tell everybody, I'm like, it's dry as hell. It's dry as a bone, you know, because there's no effects on it unless you get one of the crazy models with effects. Oh, yeah. But the idea is that if you sample super hot into it, like super loud, the machine naturally adds like a nice little compression to it where it sounds real punchy. That's why you look at old videos of Kanye in the fucking studio with Jay-Z. When he's like demoing him beats, Ye was using the damn MPC. A lot of early Kanye records like College Dropout. Yeah, there's so many of those drum rolls. If you listen, there's a lot of kick rolls. Kanye used to love producing with hella kick rolls. Yeah. It's because the MPC, the sequencer on it's so good. And when you hold the note repeat, I mean, you can just make these really cool little like kick rolls and hi-hat rolls and whatnot.
So you would probably know the difference, but what's the difference between the 2000 and the 2000 XL? Because I have a 2000 XL.
Okay, yeah. I have an XL too. I think the 2000, it's funny, it's called the 2000, but the original one came out in 97. Right. The XL came out in 2000. Yeah. I believe it was a difference in memory.
Okay.
And I had a different auto chop. It had a different like 16 level. I think it was like a better one. Okay. But I still know some people will even say, oh, the 2000 sounds better than the XL. You know, people always, you know, compare two different things or two similar things to each other. But I feel like the 2000 XL really hit its stride. And that's like the iconic, like no one really talks about the original, the one from 97. Everyone's all about the 2000 XL. Pete Rock, Q-Tip, they were all on that machine. And I just knew, I just want that. I just wanted to get one. So, you know.
For those that don't know, for the viewers, we're talking about a drum machine.
A drum machine, yeah.
We're talking about a drum machine and a Kai drum machine where they used to make beats back in the day. So.
It looks like a cash register.
It does. It's like this here
I've seen that. Yeah. So are you still doing that? Are you still making beats today?
I do. I definitely am still making music to this day. You gotta send me some stuff, man. Yeah. No, well, the thing is, like, my worst trait is that I don't finish things. That's like, I'll make the loop. I mean, I feel like that can be said with, I feel a lot of people kind of relate to that, but it's like,
you sound like that guy over there.
Who's
like,
that guy?
Hey, DJ RLE back there.
Hey. It's funny because I was watching your stories today and I saw you using it like looping off of a record.
Yeah.
I was like, and it's funny because I was like, I'm going to ask him how he does that because that's so sick.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
It was like a house
record. Yeah. Like, but the funny thing is I like making like house music on the MPC because you always think of the MPC as a hip hop drum machine, you know. Again, that's what I use it for, hip hop, but like in other genres it actually works really well just because it has that sound to it. It has like, you know, you can sample super, say you put a record on 45 and you sample on 45 sped up sample. On the machine you tune it down, and because you're turning it down from 45 RPM to 33 or whatever, the machine naturally adds like grit texture to it. And that's any sampler, any sequencer or drum machine, that's what you're buying them for, is for the texture added to the sounds when you're actually doing the manipulating or whatever the hell.
Do you think that your ear has been refined over years to like hear all that stuff? Because if you have just a regular, I'm not gonna say just regular, but a DJ that's not really into production, do you think they could tell the difference between all that stuff?
I think so. To an extent, it also depends on like how you're listening to it. Like if you're using headphones, or if you're just in your car, if you're using like a nice little hi-fi setup at the crib, or you're just using like a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah,
you know, it just depends on that. I mean, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, but to some people don't give a shit about any of the actual fidelity, and it's like, no, it sounds cool, it sounds cool or not good, or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember when I was, I still need to reach back out to him, but Ray and I were working together on this one track, and man, I learned so much from sitting with him, just kind of going back off of what you're saying, right? He was teaching me like, okay, you gave me this song. Look at the sound waves it produces on Serato. Now let's add this piece to it. It was some bass booster or something. And when he loaded it back up, it's the same song, but the waves were stronger and the colors were more vibrant. And he was like, which track would you play? This one or that one? And I'm like, that one. And he was like, now hear the difference. I'm like,
would that be the compression, Raymond? Because I know you make a lot of beats.
Sausage bass something.
The sausage, I know what you're talking
sausage
about.
fattener?
Sausage fattener.
That, yes. Yep. Yeah, that's super cool. So when you started tapping into just DJing, right? Like the house music and all that, how much time from then till you started competing?
Shit. Well, my very first time DJing like in front of people was actually at a DMC battle.
Wow. Right off the bat.
Shit.
What year was that?
That was 2015.
Okay.
No, that was 14. I'm sorry. 2014, DMC Dallas. At the time, I was a freshman in college. I went to UT Tyler for my freshman year of college because I backdoored the hell into fucking UT that way. All I had to do was get a 3.2 GPA with like 30 hours of credit, automatically transferred. Nice. That's besides the point. Yeah. Anyway, I heard that they were going to do the DMC Dallas battle, and I was in Tyler, which is 2 hours east of Dallas. Yeah. So
I used to live there for a little bit. I used
Tyler?
to work there. Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
I worked at Mother Francis, the hospital.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I remember so that college I was at, Tyler, or University of Texas at Tyler, right. They had a really good nursing program. Yeah. So a lot of the girls.
That's right. They're like on the loop.
Loop 323, I think. Yeah. Damn, I was out there. Yeah. I was like, I remember going from I was too dumb to go to like the actual sister schools at UT. I wasn't smart enough for UT Arlington or UTSA. Yeah. So I just chose I had the choices of Brownsville, UT Permian Basin, El Paso, and Tyler. And I was like, you know what? I'll go hang out in East Texas for for 2 semesters. Anyway, yeah, so I was out there for 2 semesters, and I saw they announced the DMC battle. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna enter it, And I entered it. I got second place, and I lost to DJ Spider-Man. And I remember I took it super hard because I was like, well, I'm supposed to be the best. I'm supposed to be. It should have been me, but it's okay. I took it in stride, and I was like, whatever.
And that's how the villain was born.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then you came back next year. You won.
Next year was in Austin, and then I won that one. Yeah, wow. That was 2015. Yeah. I got to shout out my man Fisher Price, actually, from Dallas, big homie. He actually booked me a hotel room for that night because he knew I was coming from Tyler, and I met him. I think I met him at I forgot where I met him. I think I some South by Southwest shit. But anyway, he was super nice to me, and he was like, yo, I don't want you driving back the same night. Yeah. Because late at night, you just get some rest. We can get some lunch. We can get some breakfast in the morning. Yeah. And he literally got me a hotel room. And, for me, the idea of spending $200, $250 and then parking $50 or whatever, I don't have no fucking money back then. It was just super nice. I was like, holy shit, this is a really cool scene to be a part of because, if you're a nice person or whatever, people take care of you. And I guess he really took care of me that day. And I always will thank him for that. He didn't have to go out of his way and do that, but he literally booked me a hotel room. So he knew that I didn't have to drive the same night back to fucking my shitty little dorm or whatever. But anyway,
it's amazing how it's those small things that really matter to us. Here you are years later, after having so much success in so many things, and these are the things that you remember.
It's all the little things, man. And what people don't realize is DJing, even though there's friendly competition and all that, it's still a community. Yeah, right. Walk me through what that was like for you and that creative process to put your set together for your very first battle.
So I studied the hell out of YouTube videos, and I saw what was winning other battles. I remember I would on one of the DJ forums I'd post on. I actually had a pretty good rapport with DJ Vect.
DJ Vect.
DMC World
Shout out to DJ Vect.
DJ Vect, shit, we would talk all the time, just like, me asking him questions about like how I should arrange my set or like how I should go about my approach. And he'd be like, definitely like, don't go too far into one direction. Try to cover as many bases as you can in your 6 minutes. Like, if you can scratch drum, make a scratch drumming section. If you can beat juggle, make like 2 beat juggle sections with like an intro patterns, a breakdown. If you obviously your shit is, you're really good at scratching. Like make sure you make scratching like the forefront of your routine. So he kind of gave me the guidance and like, just kind of trying to keep it as faceted as possible and showing that I can actually have the ability to like make a 6 minute set and cover all my bases. Also including disses. I remember trying to find the right disses for records and stuff like that.
Did they have like a structure for you? Like you have to include 3 different genres or anything like that? No,
that was just his recommendation.
Yeah, that was his, because in every DMC like official email, like when you register, it literally says that like judges. There is no criteria. There is no. You can do anything. You can literally go up there and do anything you want. Like the judges might check you out on like your ability to compose, like make a composition, your scratching, juggling, whatnot. But you can really go up there and do anything. Like DJP, I think he was a DMC cat back in like 94, 95. He literally just mixed like in a regional battle, just blended 2 records. And that was like, because it was so different, people really liked it. So it's a matter of standing out. It's not just like all DJing. It's not necessarily the most technical shit. It's also like what is the most memorable and what connects with the audience the most. Wow. So that's an important way to look at it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Are there battles where they do rate you on only technicality, or do you think just all battles in general are more about the crowd response?
DMC is definitely like the one battle that puts technicality, I feel like, over everything else. But then you look at the polar opposite, which is the Red Bull battles. Those battles are definitely about like 15-minute party rock, like energy, tone play, clever transitions, like not necessarily who can 2-click flare the fastest or who has got the craziest fucking like breakdown juggles. That's kind of the difference. But DMC was like, or I'd say DMC still is like the most technical DJ battle.
Back in 2015, when you were you battling on Serato, or were you guys battling on actual like
vinyl
records?
It was definitely Serato at that point. I think they introduced Serato into the battle after 2011. Okay. It used to be a vinyl only battle before that. Yeah. But yeah, it was all Serato. And it's funny, I didn't even have a Serato mixer. So I had to like basically.
Back then it was the box, right? Wasn't it?
You were using that battle. That's the one that you had to battle on the 62, right?
The 2015 DM. So in Austin DMC 2015, I used a 62, but in 2014, I battled on a Z2. And I remember one other competitor got really upset and sent a very strongly worded email to I think Christy about me being able to play on a Z2.
Why is that?
Oh, just because, I literally got to, I brought my own mixer and I played on my own mixer. I didn't even have the driver. If I plugged my computer into that mixer, I wouldn't even have the damn drivers to like battle. So I think I like basically begged. I'm like, please, can I enter this battle? But like, can I play on a Z2? And they were real cool. They're like, yeah, that's fine. And then one DJ sent a very strongly worded email, allegedly, that didn't, he only won because he had his own mixer or whatever the fuck.
Well, I got one word for him.
Hey. We finally used that one. Yes. That's hilarious.
Shit, that's crazy.
That is so funny. So out of all of the battles that you've done, you've got DMC, Texas Scratch League, you've got the Phase one, and you've got Vice. Which one of those would you say is your favorite to compete in? And is there one in particular that you want to enter that you haven't done?
It would have been cool if I did Goldie, I feel. Goldie was cool. I like the idea of Goldie, even though...
What's Goldie?
Goldie Awards is the one that A-Track put on.
Okay.
I think he's going to bring it back.
Oh, is he?
He talked about, I recently heard that they're gonna bring it back again. So.
Okay. I mean, it's a possibility.
You got time?
It's a possibility. I don't know. The thing is, I feel like in general, when it comes to battling... I feel like, I don't want to sound egotistical, but I don't feel like I have anything else to prove anymore.
I don't think so either.
I was using those battles to kind of hide my insecurities and like being like, no, I'm the fucking baddest motherfucker in the room. Like, I'm cold. I'm the best DJ, whatever. And I feel like after years of, you know, the second places or years of maybe like I didn't hit my mark or whatever, like I'm just like, you know what? Like I'll let someone else, like, you know, someone else can take that. Like I really am, I'm good. You know, like I had my fun.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of DJs share that same sentiment. But also some DJs feel the need to like, you know, enter every single year. And it's like, you know, just to get, you know, just to really fucking get it. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like for me, for myself, I'm just like, no, I'm like good. Like, like I said, I used it literally because I didn't have a real name for myself. It was battling is a great way to quickly put your name out there and be like, oh shit, who's that kid? Like, who's that cat? Why is he so good or whatever, the XYZ. But now at this point, it's like, no, like I never won a US finals. I only won 2 regionals ever. I won like a bunch of scratch battles here and there. Yeah. I won another, I guess, accolade is I did the DMC USA scratch battle. But that was online because it was during COVID times. Right. And I lost to Prolifics. I got second place to Prolifics. But again, Prolifics is amazing. Prolifics is literally like one of the best scratch DJs in the world. Like when it comes just to straight up like cuts, like he rinses me. Absolutely. So really?
Like
that's hard to believe.
No, he does. No, he does. I'll say it now. Like he's literally so good. But again, I feel like I kind of like having my own flow and kind of having my own deal where it's like, you know, people will be like, oh shit, like you're good or whatever. But it's like, you know, why don't you battle? And I'm like, cause I just don't feel like I really, I mean, also, another battle. I'm now remembering the battles I did.
Talk your shit.
Lost Tone Pros. I was doing the NAMM battles at NAMM every year.
I was just about to ask about that.
Yeah, so I lost. So I did that one for three years. I lost to Flip Flop the first time.
I feel like you and Flip Flop were like nemesis.
We're good.
I mean, you're friends, right?
He's my homie.
But like scratch nemesis.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, the thing is, like, his style beats mine because I kind of have like the super. I feel like it's like super lazy. I like crazy jazzy, like slow cuts, like super groovy. Yeah. And I feel like Flip beats me on the technicality shit. Like he can chirp way faster than I ever will, or he can fucking stab faster than I ever will. He has crazy hand control, crazy flow, and it's like that's what wins those battles. It's like my style really doesn't work well for like that kind of situation. I feel
it's kind of crazy to hear this stuff like right now. Because
I mean, like, that's just my that's my interpretation of it.
Because you know us that when we do the cut sessions and stuff like that, it's like, oh shit, like, you know, Dopez is here and he's just gonna do amazing crazy shit.
well, it's crazy because like I'll literally stop everything I'm doing just to watch.
Yeah,
it's like and it's crazy because like I'm thinking like, oh dude, I'm killing it, and then Dopez gets on. I was like,
I quit.
Suck.
Start unplugging shit.
I was like, I need to keep practicing for sure.
I mean, it took me years to kind of develop, I guess, like the flow I have now. I mean, I remember when again, taking it back to when I first started DJing and posting to like online forums, I remember posting like, you know, after a year, my progress, and people would be like, holy shit, you're really good. Like, are you sure it's only been a year? And I'm like, yeah, it's only been a year. Like something about it. I just understood it, I guess. I'm classically trained. I played the cello growing up.
Nice.
I played the cello from 4th to like ninth grade. But I hate classical music. But I would post my files, you know, little freestyles. And I remember I would enter online scratch battles, and sometimes I'd lose. And, you know, I'd get critiqued and be like, okay, well, you're too fast. You're trying to do the most, and clearly like you're just going too fast. Like you need to slow it down. And that's what leads me to believe, like, you know, at the time, of course, me being hard headed, I'm like, no, they're wrong. Like they just don't get me.
That DJ does it like that. Why can't I?
So, but then it took me a minute to listen to like, you know, the way say like D Styles cuts.
Okay. Yeah.
Shit. When I fucking discovered like Phantasmagoria, I ran that album back so many times because I'm like, how is he just making a simple like chirp flare sound like the best scratch I've ever heard, you know? Yeah. So it took me, even though it took me like a year to like learn how to scratch, maybe scratch fast, 2-click flare, double time, all that shit. It took me 10 years to like basically dumb it down and do like the jazzy, super nice, like someone once described it as a drunken monk type of flow, where you're just like super in the pocket.
Yeah.
And you're just like hitting these pauses and these in your flow.
And you're grooving to it.
And you're just grooving to it. And the listener, as a parent, they can be like, okay, I can hear exactly what musical phrase you're on, or I can kind of anticipate what's coming next because you're hitting this like bop, 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 bop. But kind of like it's kind of like scatting or like jazz shit, you know?
Yeah.
Where you're just super loose and slow, and that's when you're making like the listener or the viewer or whatever you want to call it think. Right. You know, again, it's like I think in Kubert said in the Scratch documentary, scratching is like talking. Yeah. Scratching like talking, you know. you want to have flows, you want to have pauses and silences in your speech. Yeah. Because you don't want to just talk a million miles per hour, because then there's that basically diminishes the value of like what you're saying. Say less with more. Right. So always go slower when you can and just really make people think per se.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't consider myself an elite scratcher or anything like that, you know, but I just like to do it. However, I do have some people sometimes that are like, you know, how can I scratch? I'm like, why don't you scratch like the lyrics to a song? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, like try to sound out the lyrics by scratching, and you'll come up with some weird fucking combinations and shit. Yeah. Yeah. And that usually works. Yeah. So yeah, I recommend that to people. Mm-hmm. So
I want to pick your brain on, again, more of your experience in battling, right? Mm-hmm. So was there ever a battle that you were like, okay, this is a challenge? Or did you ever have a battle where you're like, man, this just wasn't it? And how did you overcome that?
It was probably the US finals. Yeah. The first time I went, I mean, I did my little set. I remember the moment I had that thought, like, you know, I won my little regional. I was in New York with Swift Style, actually. First time going to New York. I was like 20 years old. Wow. I was 20. I mean, I looked probably 17, but I was 20. But I hung out with Dwells, and Dwells showed me his set before the battle, and I immediately was floored. I was like, holy shit, this is the craziest set I've seen. Like, this kid's gonna take it. Like, here I thought I had something with like some breakdown juggles, some crazy scratch routines. He was like all over the mixer, using every single feature. Wow. And I was like, damn, like I'm gonna lose to him. And then I remember, I think he kind of wanted to see my set, you know, because we're hanging out before the battle. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, and he was like, oh, I'll show you my set. I'm like, okay, fuck yeah, I'll check it out. My set literally had like a 1 minute dedicated to him where I dissed the fuck out of him. So I'm like, nah, I don't really feel like doing my set right now. It's okay. You'll see it. I'll practice it later. Love you, Luca. Dwells is my homie now. I fucking love this kid. Very talented producer. Yeah. Again, DJ started out with the turntables and shit just like me, but his career is so good right now. Yeah, shouts out Luca, DJ Dwells. Shout out to DJ Dwells. Yeah. I love Dwells. Anyway, but yeah, it was at that battle. I'm like, oh shit, like I think Manuel was second place that year. Precision was first. Of course, Precision's a monster. I grew up watching all those videos. Yeah. I fucking practiced that drop it like it's hot juggle so many times, and I even posted it. And I always post it with like the disclaimer. It's like, I know Precision did this routine. I'm using it to practice. Like, I'm not claiming that I've came up with these snare fills. I'm using it as like just like a template. Like let me see if I can, like, you know, here's the base material, the drop it like it's hot, you know, instrumental +8 on the pitch on both you know, 2 copies of the same record. Yeah. So I kind of would see if I can do those patterns by just watching him do it, same source material, and then you just kind of like see if you can do it yourself type of shit. Anyway,
that routine is sick, by the way. I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen you repeat it again, and I'm like, because you have it at a certain tempo and then you speed it up, and then I'm just like, holy shit.
No, like that. I tell everybody that wants to practice juggling, I'm like, get doubles of Drop It Like It's Hot, produced by the Neptunes. It literally has all the good.
Drop it. Oh, seriously, drop it.
It has amazing percussion. The snare, the clap to the snares are so crisp and they're loud. It has a kick roll at the beginning. It's got like that little ding, you know, like all that. Yeah. Every element in that track is perfect for just doubling up like 2 copies of it. Nice. So that's kind of what I always use. Like I have 2 copies, so I have 2 copies of Drop It Like It's Hot, the single, and they're beat to shit. You know, worn to hell. Like you listen to them and it's just fuzz. Yeah. But
I remember when I tried teaching myself how to beat juggle on records, the one that I used, and it's only because I memorized how many times I have to spin the record back, was 1 Minute Man.
Oh yeah,
by Missy Elliott. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, but the bitch part is at the beginning of the song. It's pure acapella. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
So it goes on for like 30 seconds or so, and then I'm like, okay, 1, 2, I'm like, oh shit, and make sure I don't go back to the acapella and all that stuff. So I'm going to try that with Drop It Like It's Hot and not mess with songs that start with acapella first. So let me ask you this. So obviously you've been battling for quite some time already, and how would you? I know you said you don't really. It seems like you kind of don't have the itch to do that now, right? Would you want to, given now all of the more advanced technology than when you first started? So like we've got stems, right? We've got all these different features in Serato. Is that something still that wouldn't drive you to go back to the battle scene?
No.
No?
No, I mean, I really like all the technology and how things are getting even more and more advanced with like stems and stuff like that. But I don't know.
But you use them in your sets, in your regular DJ sets,
I definitely
right?
use the features in regular DJ sets. But like in terms of like, again, it's kind of like why didn't I ever do a Red Bull battle?
Yeah,
that's kind of the way I'm interpreting it.
I did wonder that. I don't
know. I wasn't really into. I wasn't into just party rock technical sets at that time. I was all about DMC. And technical battle stuff. Like I looked at, it's a lot. It's very easy to kind of take the Red Bull battle is not the real DJ battle, some like nerd shit, but whatever. Like, I don't know. It just wasn't what I really cared for. Even though, I mean, shit, there was a lot of money back then in the Red Bull battles. Like it was getting sponsored left to right, and it was very marketable. Like I feel like the Red Bull battles really hit their peak back in like the mid 2010s when like Trey's and Four Color Zach were winning. They were killing these routines, but like, I don't know. I feel like now it's just kind of like people in general. I feel like battling just kind of like it just kind of hit the back seat,
Yeah, I think so too. Because we're helping with this 50th anniversary hip hop celebration tomorrow at the Spokesman, and I put out who wants to battle, this and that, and it's been like crickets, like
that,
like that. So, but I did get DJ Crazy Mix and Jay Lee. And they're just gonna go head to head. So we're gonna decide. Let's just do a head to head.
Hell yeah!
And overall, I think the battle scenes kind of died down.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, for me, we spoke about this a little earlier off camera, but like I feel like not necessarily just the battle tip, but like also just creating a product, creating something that has your name on it, like a tangible product, whether it's like an EP, a song, a record, something physical. I feel like that honestly has a lot of merit and a lot of worth nowadays, where you maybe making like a little album or something that really fully represents you that people can listen to. I feel like a lot of the cats that were hella into battling just spent all that energy that they would making a 6-minute set that they'd perform once, and then also when they put that into the studio. And to making actual like instrumentation, like music, So I feel like that's kind of the angle I'm taking now.
Your next step?
My next step is like to actually, get the sounds out of my head and actually like make physical music that people can download, have in their hard drives, and be like, oh, this is a house track that Dopez made, and then they play it in their sets. Or
you just
something longevity.
You just posted one, right?
And that what I posted yesterday, literally, that's the first time I've uploaded music in like 8 years.
Wow.
9 years. Just because like I would always get way too in my head about like, oh, I don't know. I think I still need to tweak this programming on the damn snare, or I don't know if the arrangement's right. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of just keep putting content out. Just keep putting things out, Don't worry if it's like not maybe the most perfect, but just keep doing it, So I kind of had to beat that mental block and like get over that sensation of it's not good enough, or why doesn't my record sound as big as like this guy's record, or this, that, and the other, Also, you never really want to compare yourself to other people, because everyone's on a if you end up comparing yourself with other people, you're never going to be happy with yourself. So it's just a matter of just doing it. So that's kind of what I'm actually like somewhat struggling with, It's like, I just need to, just make the product, put it out. I'm sitting on a hard drive full of music that I've made over the years. My MPC has so many projects dating back to like when I was in college that just needs a little working, and I just need to record it into the Ableton, arrange it, and actually release it. Because I've had so many people I post something to my story, like a little 30 second little blip of like what I've been working on. And people will say, where do I get this? Like, how do I download this? Where is this on Spotify? Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's the next step. Like just releasing your music so that it's streamable and it's available so that you have that tangible product that someone can refer to. That's not just like a 1 minute freestyle of me cutting an awe over some fucking bullshit, over some bullshit, you know, like again, I look at you know, social media, like say like Instagram Reels, TikTok, you know, if you have a good handle on that, you're going to do really well, especially for in this type of career where if you have one reel go viral, you know, it's like a song, you know, all you need is one to go viral that people share and then boom, you have hella eyes on your shit. Everyone starts looking at your profile, seeing what else you do. Do you only do that or do you do more? So you kind of got to, I kind of look at stuff like that. Like, you know, the turntablism, little snippets that I post or whatever, like little cut beats or cut videos, like that's kind of to drive traction to your page, and people can basically kind of look at your resume and be like, okay, what else does this guy do? Like, okay, he likes photos. Oh, cool. He likes old clothes. Oh, cool. He can also DJ. It looks like he's into house music. He's into also making his own music. You know, it's just a matter of how you market yourself. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
You were talking about the rebranding.
The rebrand. Yeah. Yeah. No, like, you know, just wanting to put out original music and also not only be known as like the turntablist, like prodigy kid, like scratch guy. Like I want to be as multifaceted as possible and show that I can like DJ, like I can go from DJing like an open format hip hop party to DJing like a straight up, like, you know, tropical house set, you know, on CDJs or whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I want to be able to play on all equipment. I want to be able to like just get down on any setup and also just playing stuff that I like.
Do you feel like you're right now, like you're having, maybe not a difficult time. I'm not sure exactly how to put it, but like to get that turntablism label, you know, put to the side so people can know you for something else. I guess, in other words, like, do you feel like it's difficult for people to recognize you for something else other than turntablism?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you look up Dopez on YouTube and the first thing that comes up is like Dopez DMC, you know, like that's kind of like that's kind of how I came up in the scene. Yeah. So it definitely is. I mean, that's why I literally had a thought. I'm like, should I come up with like a producer alias or should I come up with like another name that I can name this other project or this other direction that I kind of want to go in? But for right now, I'm just rolling with Dopez and then I'm just kind of just like, you know, at the end of the day, it's just whatever you put out is indicative of like what you're doing. So at the end of the day, like, like again, it's like a blessing and a curse, you know, like I blew up or got well known for like the turntablism shit, which is great. You know, getting my name out there. Like a lot of people are familiar with like what I do, but also, it's just a matter of kind of going against the grain and being like, well, yeah, like I do that, but also like I'm also good at this other side of things where either some people will say, well, that's not what I followed you for. That's not what I know you for. Like, fuck all that shit. Or they'll be like, oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. I like that stuff too, you know? So it just depends. It just depends, you know? Like, I kind of like when I DJ, what's it called? When I DJ like maybe like house music, I'll still like have a little bit of scratching in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Some effects, I was gonna ask. Like,
super light, very light. Very tasteful. Like I again, like learning how to dumb it down per se, like make simple scratches sound really good because, you know, like I'm not two click flaring and awe like in the club. Like I'm literally just like teasing maybe like a it's yours, you know, like that kind of shit. But super simple where you're just doing a little chirp and then dropping the sample. There's a little echo on it. You're just keeping it light. Yeah. Again, someone once told me, you know, scratching in a DJ set, it's like cooking a meal. You don't make it the entire protein. You don't make it the entire like base of the meal. It's a spice. You have to use it like a spice. Less is more. And the less you use it, that means if you do it a lot less, that means when you do it, it has value. It has a lot more, like, it's like, oh, it kind of perks your ears up a little bit.
Was there a point where you had to realize that? Where it's like, you know, you're going crazy, scratching all that
probably
stuff.
like the first time I ever DJ'd like a club in Austin, I did really bad.
Really?
I DJ'd at Shakespeare's on 6th, like back in like 2015, 15 or 16. Okay. I remember I covered for, homie, DJ Shogun, and he asked me to DJ like a Friday or Saturday night for him. And I remember I made $150, and the bar staff literally was like, they sat me down like, I'm not gonna lie, that was really not good. Wow. That's really not what we wanted. I think I was playing like I didn't know. He gave me a playlist like to play out of, and I definitely stuck to the playlist for the most part. But still, like I remember that crushed me. I was like, holy shit, like.
Were you cutting a lot, or were you?
I don't remember exactly what I was doing. I pretty much blacked. I was so nervous, I blacked out pretty much. I don't remember what I did. I may have been cutting too much or not really been focusing on my blends. It was back when Shakespeare still had like the back room where they played the skate videos. Yeah. Way way before. Right. But I remember like at the end of the night, I still got my little $150, but they were like, "Bro, you're not gonna play here again."
Were you were using what was the program that we were just
Tractor.
You were still on Tractor.
Wactor.
Then, right?
Wactor Scratch Pro. No, I was.
Well, that's.
I know. No, I was using Tractor. I was using a Z2. The first setup I ever had was a Tractor A6. Mm-hmm. And then I got the Z2. I remember they dropped the price from the Z2. Mm-hmm. They went from 800 to 600. Yeah. And at that point, I'm like, holy shit. I remember like I sold like a bunch of like paintball gear because I was in high school, and I was like, shit, I need to get this fucking mixer. Like this is it. This is my only chance to get like a fucking like a DVS mixer. Yeah. Because the 62 at the time was still like what 12, 13.
A lot of money.
You know,
it's
a lot of money.
Expensive right now.
A lot of money.
Well, people really like that because I remember watching you and Craze on the Tractor mixers, and I was like, should I get that because they're cut really well? And I was like, but and again, I wasn't a cut DJ. I was more just like a club blending DJ at the time, and so watching all your YouTube videos, I was like, I could do that.
I remember Craze sold so many Z2s like for that company. Like he literally, when he made those routine videos, everybody wanted a Z2 just because they saw like, you know, what Craze was doing.
I almost
there you go.
So no, I got one. I only got a 62 because I won one. The DMC regional in Austin.
Yeah. You sold it though, right?
Oh yeah, I sold it on eBay. Like how long ago?
Why'd you sell it?
I hate the 62.
Really?
I hate it. The little buttons.
Yeah.
The effects are not there. Even when you put that shit all the way to wet. Yeah. They're very like the Pioneer effects are wet as shit. Like they're super like the depth is crazy on a 62. I remember. I think I know why I hate the 62. I'm gonna have to make this
a soundbite and send it to Andre. Be like, there you go.
No. I remember one year, it was one of the Texas Scratch League battles, and I battled Buck Rogers, and he had his 62, and I didn't. We were just doing like rounds, like literally, we were just cutting like over beats type of shit, like make a little vinyl routine. Yeah. Buck Rogers used the 62 hold echo, and he made a hold echo loop routine with the 62. And the judges gave him the battle because of that. And I was super fucking pissed.
Who were the judges?
That I don't remember. but you know, he pushed the envelope. But I was still such in the camp that I'm like, this is a scratch battle. Like I won the first 2 rounds. He won the 3rd round because of, you know, the damn hold echo. I didn't even have a 62. I didn't even know how to use that. Yeah. I'm like, that was not fair. Like it should have, I feel like if a vinyl battle should have just been like a fucking 56, you know, not a mixer with effects in it. But
did you send an email?
I did not send it. I did not send an email. I just took it for what it was worth. But it was just funny. It was just funny. Like, that battle was funny. Like I think Jordan will still tell me that he on the trophy, I don't know who has a trophy now, but there was this big ass trophy that had all our names on it. And it said like Dopez, Buck Rogers, Dopez. So he fucked me up. He fucked me up one time. And I don't know who has a trophy now.
We should hit him up and see who has it. He might have it somewhere.
Right.
Maybe.
No, but again, I still hate the 62. The faders are trash too. Like they were using the clear.
That is true.
They were using the clear plastic. The 56 and the 57. When you take apart the fader, it's like a milky plastic, like a dark plastic. Clear plastic just cracks like a motherfucker. Everyone knows that. Like clear plastic's just like cheap. Yeah. So I don't know, to cut costs or whatever, Rain switched over to clear plastic as opposed to like the plastic blend that the 56, you know, the 56 and the 57 were still USA made. Yeah. The 62 was like the first mixer they made in China or whatever. But people were snapping the damn carriers, and that's when Infinity started making faders for the Rain because they're like, okay, we can just make these metal ones and people still buy them, you know. But I had to replace all the faders on my 62 at one point, and then once the support got dropped on the 62, that was what killed it for me. I'm like, yo, Apple even said like his mixers are rad.
I got the 62 there, and the fader's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
I've had 3 people try to sell me their 62s, and I'm like,
Pioneer.
There you go.
Pioneer
how much
girl.
what were they asking? Like 400?
They're like 400 or 500.
That's not what they're worth.
They're like, hey, I'll sell you this for 400.
Oh, the 62s?
Yeah.
Dude, they're like $500.
I was like, I think
Fuck that. I sold mine on eBay at a loss base. Well, I won it, so whatever. But I sold it on eBay for, I think like 350 shipped, maybe 400 shipped. I spent $40 just to pack it up, and I sent it to some guy in LA. And I'm like, hey,
wasn't it new?
no, my 62.
Yeah.
My used one.
Okay.
The one I used for years.
Okay.
I just had it sitting on a shelf, and I'm like, I'm not gonna use this damn thing.
It's the same one you won.
Yeah, it's the same one I won.
Yeah.
I remember with those when I worked at the one company where we first met.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember having to replace those faders all the time.
Yeah,
until
no.
we finally got I believe infinity faders for them because we were like, like these things cost a lot. But they're breaking. So
No, like I wanted an S9 so bad. I remember there.
I remember when you got yours too.
DJ City did a battle on Instagram for the S9. It was like, I forgot, it was like the GGM battle or something like that, where you make a 1-minute routine, and the prize was an S9, and this is like in 2018.
That's a good fucking prize.
And I was like, damn,
yeah.
like I fucking want an S9. Like shit. I made a
You
little
use
set.
S9, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I made a little set.
I was
I
so
remember
happy when I had it. Collected all my coins. I'm like,
I borrowed DJ Excite Jimmy. I borrowed Jimmy's S9. He let me use it for the video. Swift Style shot it. Thank you again.
Shout out Swift.
Shout out Swift Style.
Shout out Swift.
The father I needed. No, but yeah, Swift. We shot it, and then I think I got second place in that battle too, and I lost to Lazy Boy. Lazy Boy's cold. Lazy Boy's amazing though. Lazy Boy is amazing.
my dog, yeah.
He's cold
Lazy Boy
as
is
fuck.
sick.
He's amazing. I lost to him, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
Shout out Lazy Boy.
But I remember losing that battle. I was super bent out of shape. I thought I had it. Everybody's like, yeah, second place, Dopez. And I'm like, okay, here he goes again. I'm getting flashbacks to DMC times. But
It's just so crazy to me to hear that. Like I knew you had battles and stuff, but like second, and the way you're telling me, it's like yeah, like I did all these battles, but I came in second, and it's just unreal to me.
it happens.
It's unreal. Like I always have you right up here.
Oh, I appreciate
Same.
that. I appreciate
You're
that.
first place to me, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you
a winner
so much.
in my heart.
Thank you so much.
For sure.
No,
so,
but
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say, Chris, DJ Enfo, one of my biggest inspirations and my biggest mentor, probably.
He's out in Denver, right?
He's in Denver now,
Yeah.
but when I first moved to Austin, I wanted to hang out with DJs and shit, and he was really the only one willing to really kind of kick it with me, where I we'd hang out together, we'd scratch or whatever, and I really liked his style of scratching. He did the double time, crazy hand shit. So he basically showed me that, and then I bit his whole flow. I'm not gonna lie, I basically I try to cut just like him, at least when I first started.
Yeah.
But he really did take care of me, and he was like basically my biggest influence back then. But years later, after that battle, I went to visit him in Denver, and they knew I had lost that battle, and I was super bent out of shape or whatever. And he was just in a position where he gifted me an S9.
Oh shit.
He literally is like, yo,
Wow.
just we were all drunk or whatever. And I was I was just like, whatever, fuck that, fuck Instagram, fuck that shit. And he was like, Dopez, take that mixer home with you. He had 3 of them, I think.
Oh,
Wow.
So he's like, dude, just take that one. Just put it in your bag and take it home. And I was like, this is 2018. I still was fucking poor. I still spending $12.99, $13.99 on a damn mixer was still uncomprehensible to
Yeah.
It still is.
Still is, yeah. With
still
the
is.
way fucking inflation is right now, goddamn.
No
Yeah,
shit.
But
it
yeah,
still
no,
is.
he really, he's like, he should have got that battle. Dude, just fucking take it.
Wow.
So I remember I put it in my backpack. TSA is looking at it and shit. I'm like, yo, it's fine. It's not a bomb. It's not a fucking bomb. Just let it through. Some woman,
Said
some old lady
big-ass
behind,
detonators and
some
shit.
lady behind me is like, oh, are you a musician? And I'm like, kind of. I'm like, just yeah.
I can be if you
I
let me
can't-
take
yeah,
The
right.
turntable is an instrument, lady.
Right.
Yes, it sure is.
But I still have that S9. I
Nice.
I still gig with it, and it's still
Okay.
I still have
It's
that S9.
still to this
I mean,
day
the
my
S9 is
favorite.
one of the. It's honestly, think about it. The 62 came out in 2012, and it's already phased out. It phased out years ago. S9 came out in 2015.
And they're still using it.
People still use it. Strata still uses it.
I do. That's my setup. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's half the reason I bought an S7 back maybe 2 years ago when the price dropped on the S7. Even though the line faders on the upfaders on the S7 are garbage. Everyone, I tell everyone, everyone asks me, they're like, should Dopez? I'm between a Range 70 and a S7 or S7. They're like, what should I get?
70.
I tell them, I'm like, are you gigging with it or are you leaving it at the studio? If you're gigging with it, get the 70. The 70 is a better built mixer.
Yeah.
If you're just going to leave it in the studio, you can probably get away with just the S7.
That's my favorite mixer right now, the 70 8-track.
Yeah.
That one's sick.
It's a sick fucking mixer.
Yeah, no, like shit. When Trizzy did the damn like special, like special faceplate, it really kind of sent everyone back to like when Vestax was doing like crazy 07 Pros and like limited type of electronics. It's cool that private label mixers can still come out like stuff like that. It's not just like OEM. Like I think that's why Pioneer, when they made the S5, they made it red. Yeah, because they're like just have a little fun with it. Make it look interesting and make it look like not like everything else. Yeah. Because back in you look at the way DJ equipment looked, 20 years ago when Vestax was making mixers and they're making funky ass turntables, like everything looked crazy back then because companies were willing to take that risk. But now it's very cookie cutter, just go with what sells.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the S5.
S5 is nice.
Yeah.
I've only cut on it a couple times and
we had it at the last cut session on South by Southwest.
It's cool that it's bus powered.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really fucking cool.
Yeah. What is bus powered?
You basically it's powered through the laptop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you don't need to plug it in. Like it doesn't have an adapter. You just plug it in through a USB to your laptop and it powers.
And it powers. Can you get it loud? Is it pretty? Is it like as loud as like an S9 or an S11?
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay. No.
Because the sound card's not the same.
Because it's not. It's not. It doesn't have its own power. But still, you still get down on it.
I mean, it's good for the cut sessions.
Yeah.
So I like it.
So I know you said that turntablism is something that you kind of want to put on the shelf somewhat because you want to focus on other areas. So not to beat a dead horse, but would you ever consider maybe doing courses? And I say that because you have been one of the most approachable turntablists
for sure
that I know.
Oh, I appreciate that.
The times that I've met other turntablists, they're not the friendliest. I'm not going to call out names, but they're not the friendliest.
Of course.
And you've been so friendly, and you've taken the time to teach me how to do a certain cut, whatever.
Right.
I'm curious because there are scratching courses out there, right? DJ Shorty, I don't know where she's from, but I know she has so many courses online.
Which Shorty? There's two. There's the UK one and the American one.
SHORTEE. I think the American one.
The 2 E's? Yeah. That's
So I'm curious if that would be something maybe you'd want to do.
I've thought about it. So I have it. So on my YouTube channel, I actually, I used to maintain my YouTube channel. I used to put like long form YouTube videos. Like 30 minutes of just me talking like theory of scratching. The thing is, I feel like with the way I teach or the way I explain things, it doesn't necessarily work the best with like, I don't really do the whiteboard. I don't do the scratch notation. I don't do like Angelo again is like my fucking like standard for tutorial shit. My style of teaching is very much like a conversation where it's like, I kind of really like to kind of explain maybe a little bit of the theory, show a slight application of it, see how maybe the student does it, and then kind of go from there and be like, well, you need more work in this, that, and the other. I feel like the way I just teach wouldn't really benefit from like doing like a course, like a straight up like, oh, here's my 6-week program or whatever.
Right. You like more of the face-to-face interaction type of thing.
I guess it kind of sounds like Rob Swift's school.
Right. Where he has a student like there with him.
Yeah.
I've had many people approach me and they're like, oh, like I want to learn how to scratch. Like can you teach me, or can you do bookings? And then that leads me to believe like, damn, what do I charge your ass? Like, like what is this? What is this? Like, what, do you, I got to start with like, well, do you have the equipment already?
Yeah.
Do you not have the equipment already? Do you want to learn like just straight, like, do you want to just cut for like a club? Do you want to cut like some, like on some like 2-click flare, like nerd shit? Like, it just depends. But I feel like, I don't know. I put out my content on YouTube for free. I literally have 30-minute videos where it's like Dopez, a super secret scratch tutorial. And it's just me 30 minutes with a camera. It's very low budget. It's literally, I would just get a camcorder, record myself for 30 minutes. Just like, I'm like, okay, here's the beat I'm playing.
I've seen them.
Here's an awe. And here's me just kind of going over, I'll be like, here's what I've been doing lately, and then kind of going from there. And I have people still to this day on my YouTube, they'll be like, yo, when's the next scratch tutorial coming out? When's the next scratch tutorial coming out? And I'll be like, I don't even think there's anything left for me to like cover. Like, I feel like I've already given up all the juice. Like,
go watch the old ones.
Yeah. I'm like, just really hone in on the old ones. Like, you know, I feel like I can probably make one of those maybe like once a year type of shit, you know?
But that's just to show you that about what you were saying about putting out content.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what they're asking about is just, can you put out more content?
Yeah.
Of the same stuff, but just put out new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm so scatterbrained. I wouldn't even like, I get very much like if I'm talking or whatever, I go on tangents like crazy, you know, like and even with just talking about scratching, I'll be like, well, before I can show you this, I got to show you that. And before I can show you that, I got to show you this.
You're passionate.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can say that.
I say that because I'm the same way my wife said. It's because you're passionate. Yeah. And when you're passionate about something, you want to teach somebody everything in that one setting.
In that one go. Yeah. No, but like,
did you have a question for him? Because I have a question for him.
No, go ahead.
So talk to me about.
Just kidding.
Talk to me about like your, I guess I want to say your transition from turntablism into your sets. Like, how do you prepare your sets now? What do you see like before you go onto the club or the bar, whatever it is? Like, you know, I feel like I'm going to play this. What am I playing? This is what I'm feeling. I'm reading the crowd. Talk to me about that process.
Of course. Well, my very first like. I basically got serious with DJing as a profession because on Rainy Street.
Yeah.
Shouts out DJ Dick Nixon, who actually put me in the lineup at Bungalow and Alibi back in the day. Like I was like just DJing there a whole bunch, like filling in. Like I was like their fill-in guy. He gave me like a bunch of music, all the extends, edits, you know, eight bar intros, and I just kind of would just look at his library and see like what's blue, what's played. I'm like, okay, I can play this. This works. But when it comes to preparing a set, I guess it just depends on, like, you know, time of day I'm playing. If it's like in the middle of the day or if it's at night, what kind of crowd it is. If it's college kids, if it's like older people, if it's like, you know, kind of figuring out that vibe. And also just kind of, you know, taking that risk. Maybe that risk pays off where it's like, maybe I play a certain record of a certain genre or whatever, and it hits like crazy. And I'll be like, okay, I can probably get away with like playing 2 or 3 more of these in the same genre, kind of keep this energy up. Maybe you get to the point of your DJ set when everyone is like, and everyone's holding each other drunk as shit, singing along to the lyrics. You're like, okay, I got to play the crowd pleasers. I got to play the damn, the songs that everybody knows the lyrics to, like fucking, you know, like Drop Top Chevy type shit. Or you know. Oh shit! Oh, the Houston. I played one Houston rap record. I played the damn Zero freestyle. Mo City. I played Mo City Dawn. Oh shit! They want more Houston. Okay, I'll play a little more Houston. You know, it's kind of just been an on the fly kind of guy where you just have to kind of, you know, be lucky that if you have music available for it. Yeah. I mean, if you have Tidal, if you have a streaming service and you're connected, and the club has good ass Wi-Fi. Yes. Oh, you can play any set anywhere. You're not even limited by what's in your library.
I've done a whole K-pop set, not knowing one K-pop.
There you go.
On Tidal.
There you go.
I still have not tried Tidal. I've tried SoundCloud. I do that.
Yeah, but I mean, Tidal's got pretty much everything like Spotify, right?
Yeah. So DJ Ezzo put me onto Tidal. He was like. He's like, bro, like sometimes like these record pools, they don't have like the norteñas and all this stuff that like I need to be playing. He's like, dude, Tidal has everything. So I was like, nah. I was like, let me try it, dude. They have everything.
Yes.
Boy Genius put me on that.
It's pretty much. I mean, it's literally magic. The fact that you don't have the music on your hard drive.
Yeah.
You just, as long as you have as long as the club is not a total piece of shit and has good Wi-Fi, then you can literally play a DJ set off of just streaming music. Yeah. And you can, you know, manipulate it just like you would if it was a local file on your hard drive.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you know what I did was I transferred my Spotify playlists into Tidal. There's like an app that'll transfer all of them.
Oh, rip. I need that.
Yeah, and then so then after you log into your Tidal through Serato, all your playlists are there. So
and you're just ready
I'm gonna have to try that. Is there a latency? I mean, obviously if there's Wi-Fi issues, yes, but is there any kind of latency?
I mean, you gotta wait for it to analyze for like a moment.
Once it downloads, that's it. You're good.
It's like it's literally like you're using like just a regular file on your computer.
Yeah,
I think it does depend on the Wi-Fi because I mean I'll do weddings out in like nowhere, and my phone has pretty good service. So like whenever I connect to that for the hotspot, if the venue doesn't have Wi-Fi, and it loads up pretty quickly. I mean, it like you said, it does for like a moment.
Like maybe 10 seconds, maybe.
Sometimes more, but like
Really?
really not. I mean, again, this is when I've been out, but like placeholder where Alibi used to be.
Yeah.
Dude, Wi-Fi is fast there. I usually do like a groovy set just off of my title playlist. Sometimes.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
So who is DJ Netscape? Since we're talking clubs and
It's
bars.
me. It's fucking
Mask
me,
off.
everybody.
That's the A, like,
No, it's me. It's me.
I love these buttons now.
No, that's
I didn't even know that was on there. Sparkles, right?
Sparkles,
Yo,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is hilarious.
And how did that? Talk about Y2K.
yeah. So pandemic happened. We already know how that went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clubs were slowly opening back up. Kellen, Kid Slice, DJ Kid Slice, again, another one of my favorite people in the world.
He's a dope cutter,
Love
too.
you, Kellen. Oh, he's cold.
he's
Yeah.
sick.
He's hamster as fuck.
Yeah.
I always make fun of him. He's always crabbing and
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, no, you suck. No, I'm just joking. I love you, Kellen. I love you, Kellen. Kellen's great. No, basically, he was Barbarella's Friday night DJ every Friday night. So he was like locked in.
Mm-hmm.
He was there, for years, every Friday night. Pandemic happens, things get suspended, things are opening back up. They want to basically kind of start up their programming again for DJ shit, but it was like super light, big toe on the gas, like just super like, let's just start off with like a chill Thursday. Let's not do anything crazy because, clubs were still operating as restaurants. Like nobody knew what the fuck was going on, especially here in Texas.
Yeah.
It was kind of the
Mask
wild.
on, mask off.
It was the Wild West here.
Yeah.
But anyway, basically they reached out to him, be like, hey, we'd like to have you come out on a Thursday basis, maybe do a party, maybe do what you do on a Friday night, which is like, open format hip hop, dance, whatever, just whatever gets the college kids going. And then I don't remember if it was him. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was him that came up with the concept of like an early 2000s throwback party. But basically he told the higher ups, like, I will do this party. I'll do it Thursday. But like at the time he was going to school for software development. Okay. He switched up his career and now he's doing pretty well with it. But back then he was still going to school, taking classes and stuff like that. He's like, I can't give this my full attention. Like I'm obviously kind of trying to get out of the DJ kind of scene. But he basically reached out to or he told them, I'll only do this if I can have a second person come on. Like we can make sure that they get paid fairly. We split it, whatever the hell. But like I don't have like the manpower to give this my full attention. So he reached out to me, the young buck, the young talent that was just hungry for something. So he reached out to me. He's like, hey, do you want to do a throwback hip hop party? And we came up with the name. I wanted to call it like your sister's iPod or some stupid shit, some stupid shit like that, But like, no, we ended up. It was just way better if we called it Y2K. Very simple, six characters, and we were in the back patio running those sets, DJing with the mask on and all that shit. At first, nobody showed up for like maybe like a month and a half, 2 months. Like it was so bad. The bar wouldn't even make up $1,000 type of shit. It was bad. But then again, people didn't know that bars was even reopened.
That's true.
They were doing.
It's COVID.
I did hear that people were like, Barb's is still going.
They were confused. It was like it's hard to I guess like to demonstrate that until you're actually there. It's like it is open. But like people are like unsure. Like I don't know, is this still a thing? Is this still a thing? Oh, the inside of bars was closed because they were like I think reconstructing it, and so then only the outside was the outside of bars was open, but you had to go through Swan Deck to get to it. So people didn't know it was open. Yeah. Anyway, we threw a Britney party, all Britney Spears records. Nice. We threw a Britney party. When We're What picked up on it and plugged our shit, and it blew up. Wow. That was like maybe 3 or 4 months in, and then now we just kind of have like our little built-in Thursday crowd where it's like kids. I mean, shit. That's literally where I'm going. Like probably a bit. Where people know that that's kind of the Thursday spot now. I mean, before the pandemic, I feel like Thursday parties were real weird. Like either you go out on a Thursday, sometimes it'd be popping as fuck. Holy shit, I want to do that again next week. You go out another Thursday, every bar's dead. It's weird, because again, it's still in the weekday, Yeah. But I feel like after the pandemic, people were itching to like party or go out. Yeah. People were turning Sunday fun days into fucking rage. Into rage.
Guilty on that.
There you go. Turn it into fucking rage fest. Yeah. So like that kind of benefited us a little bit, where we now have like, our Thursday kind of pops off now, and it's like they kind of call it a college night, because a lot of the kids that go out, it's like it's obviously still a school night. Yeah. But also they would do a happy hour, like a $2 Lone Star, a $3 well type of thing, and there's no cover. Yeah. On Fridays and Saturdays they charge a cover. Usually when a bar says no cover, it's because it's like the damn college night. Yeah. Yeah. So we kind of just fully sent it into that. We're like, yeah, fuck yeah, it's college night. Whatever. But it's funny. It's funny because a lot of the records that we're playing are like the original samples for like hooks and choruses for records that are coming out now.
Right. Yeah.
So that's kind of also why I feel like it hit, that 20, like we were talking earlier, like the 20-year cycle, with fashion shit, the baggy pants, big t-shirts, like that shit's all fucking back.
I've been seeing Jinkos come around.
Yeah, we were talking about Jinko jeans. I was like, oh, I own like 2 pairs of them.
They're expensive. They were expensive then, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
like $60 a
now they're like 120, 130 used. Wow.
I still can't afford the most.
Yeah, no, like, so again, it's like that 20-year cycle where kids are just on that shit.
Yeah, I got Amazon Basics jeans.
Okay. And when G-Coast came out, I begged the shit out of Mom. Please, Mom, this is what the cool kids are wearing, tired of getting bullied, etc. No, she got me Kmart, just baggy pants. They were not Jinkos. She was like, you look like an elephant if you put those things on. Because how they were. Yeah. Like they would go over your foot.
Like a big elephant foot?
Yeah, just elephant in there. I'm married. I don't want to wear Jinkos. Still to this day, I've yet to fucking own a pair of Jinkos.
I was telling the group, I was like, man, I own 2 pairs of them. But there was one time where I begged my parents to let me wear them to church. Because I wore them to school, I wore the blue jean pairs, and I remember walking up thinking, I was like, dude, I look like a badass. I thought it was so cool. Yeah. And then all the older Hispanic, all the Mexican dudes were like, mira este güey. They're just laughing, and I'm like, went from cool to being like, oh my.
They were like roasting your shit.
Yeah, that's funny. Sounds about right.
Yeah, bro.
Well, those are all the questions I had, Chris. Arlie, y'all have any other questions?
No, I think we nerded out a little bit. I got what I wanted to know from Dopez. Yeah. Because we talk it in the cut sessions.
I appreciate it. I hope something got something out of it.
I think you answered a lot of the stuff that I kind of had in mind, but yeah, man, we're super excited to see you just like move forward. Definitely, hopefully, people that listen to this want to work on music with you.
Right.
I know I do, because when I watch your like live videos and stuff, I'm like, dude. Perfect. Like when you blend the house and you do, like I get excited when you cut in general. So I'm one of those people. I'm like, I'm gonna go see you cut.
Yeah.
But whenever you do it in such a tasteful way, I think you do it like you said. You kind of there's times where you dumb it down, but dude, it just sounds so good.
That's kind of my take on it. Like I mean, probably my favorite overall DJ, like all time, is Craze. Yeah. Literally a master at his craft in every single like aspect of it, production, body tricks, juggling, scratching, ambidextrous, like he just hits it perfectly in like all those different ways. I mean, there's a reason he won the world finals 3 years in a row, and arguably some of the hardest years to win, because those like late 90s early 2000 battles, that's when like the talent was crazy high. But
specifically like 99.
Yeah. Oh man. Like I still run that routine back, like the 99 US finals routine where he starts off with like the Lord Finesse intro. Like it's so funny because Lord Finesse was literally the announcer for that DMC battle, and then there he was cutting up his records like right a routine.
Whoa.
Check.
That was weird.
All right.
That was fucking scary, dog.
All right. So I think we're getting rolling blackouts over here in Leander, which is where we're at. But we were just talking, and all of a sudden we got a blackout, and then lights came back out, and then here we are again. So we're back to finishing this podcast.
So let's start from the top. Dopez, for people that don't.
You're gonna be late to your gig, all right?
So 2015.
No, but you know what? One thing I want to do before we end it is something we always do with all our guests, and that is this or that. May or may not be DJ related, but it's just always fun to again get more in your brain. So This is just quick, this or that. Water gun to your head, if
Water
you will.
gun to your head.
Okay.
All right, so let's do it. Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Mountain retreat. I hate the sand.
Really?
Getting your ass cracked.
I know. I kind of.
Try being a girl. That just sucks.
Maybe I want to get a little lightheaded, a little weird out there. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Okay. Pizza or tacos?
Tacos. Come on.
San Antonio tacos, Austin tacos.
Oh, come on. You know the answer to that.
Wait, what are you going to say?
San Antonio.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
You know the answer.
Cats or dogs?
Cats. I'm a big cat guy. I know.
He's got a cat that scratches.
I have a cat. I have a little black cat. A little black cat.
That's cute.
She hops on and like fucks with my shit. Yeah, she's real sweet.
That's super cute. All right, cats are cool.
I like, yeah.
All right, 90s or 2000s?
Well, I wish I could say the 90s because I, was born in the 90s. I was born in 94, but like I wasn't encoding shit, at that age. Like I was probably 5, 6. So 2000s, I'll just say it. But like whenever I look at like archival footage of anything from the 90s, I'm like, that shit looks fun. I wish I was like a teenager in the 90s. Like I wish I was born like 85 or some shit like that.
Yeah, 90s.
Born way earlier than that.
There you go.
You said 85. I'm like, no, 84. If you could wear one color for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One color? Like, hold on. I can interpret this so many different ways.
Color clothing.
Like color clothing?
Yeah.
Like it has to all be a single color?
One color.
You know what? Like
white?
Maybe white. Like a mechanic. Like, like I'm thinking when I hear one color, I think like Dickies, like coveralls, like Mike Myers shit.
Yeah.
Like maybe navy blue.
Okay.
Like some mechanic shit.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
I was gonna say you probably would look fly in a romper, bro. I'm not even gonna
a romp him.
A
romp him. Yeah. I probably could pull it off. I got the legs for it for sure.
That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, like the long jumpsuit romper, not like the short one.
Oh, I immediately thought of like
that's overall, bro.
I immediately thought of like
well, like just they have it now where like it's not like it's like a full, just like a whole thing. You just zip that bad boy up. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Navy.
Navy.
Okay.
All right, bet. All right. So last question from me, and if you have any, but wax, like real wax or Serato?
Depends on the application.
Okay.
Depends on the application.
Personal fave.
If it's just straight, if it's straight cutting, like just straight samples, cutting like a worn ass Super Seal or like a Hee Haw Breaks or something that's like beat to shit. You can see all the imperfections, but it sounds like warm as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I have kind of taken. I kind of like cutting on CDJs. That's kind of fun. It's kind of weird. The complete polar opposite. But it is kind of fun cutting on those weird little sandy ass platters.
Yeah.
Some of them cut better than others. But 3000s, you can kind of get down on those things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can do weird little taps, because the CDJ, the record stops as soon as you press it. You can do little twiddles on the platter like this.
Oh, that's true because it stops, right?
And it stops, and it'll do like a type of shit. So you can do like weird little things like that, like nuanced things like that. But overall, I mean, I'll always tell people like the best setup to cut on is straight up like a beat to shit Mark II, a Super Seal with the butter rug, and like a Range 56. Like that's like the purest. Well, actually, no. Let me take it back. The purest cutting setup is like a PDX 2000.
Yeah, Vestax.
The Vestax with the big ass platter on the Mark Ones.
Yep.
A Mark 1 with the 56. That's like the most pure like turntablism. Well, just cutting because juggling on those fucking things sucks. I hate juggling on Vestax turntables.
PDXs, yeah.
I feel like 1200s. The low torque on a 1200 makes it so you can backspin those records nice. And also mixing is best on 1200s because the low torque makes them real nice to like manipulate, when you're doing your little spindle grabs and all that shit. But just straight up cutting, PDX was like a Rain 56 because the Rain 56 is the best two-channel battle mixer ever made, in my opinion. They sound fucking great, like you can turn them up and they sound warm.
I'll take the PDXs for the next cut session. I'm going to take them.
Even like Vestax mixers, I feel like 05 Pros, 06 Pros, like they're sick. I love them. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But some of them sound like metallic.
Yeah.
Like very like hollow. Like they have and that's, some people like them for that reason. But I feel like in general, the Rain, like the 56.
Yeah. I like the Technics one.
Oh, the Technics mixer. I have one. I recently got one. Well, not recently. I got it like last year, but I bought it on eBay Japan.
Yeah.
Fuck, they're selling those things for like $140, $150 a piece,
shit.
but they're Japanese voltage. They're 100 volts.
Yeah, so you need
to buy a step converter.
Right.
You need to buy a because this has a 120.
120.
So 120, step it down to 100. But no, I do like those Technics mixers sound really good.
Yeah.
Plus, when you kill the bass on them, you get that wah. You get that weird little
you
wah.
You can actually
effect.
make an effect out of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Plus, they're just beautiful. You know, like super classic, very minimal on the faceplate. Like just. That is definitely I just love the fact that they have the little text on the bottom, like the official World DJ Championship mixer. Like that's kind of, again, for the nerds, for the fucking nerds, but that's really cool. Like,
and they click nice.
And that's like the mixer you would leave on like a coffee table or some shit, you know. If
it would look nice as
if you're gonna maybe if you have like one of those nice coffee tables with like the glass bottom, like when you put shit underneath it, yeah, that would look kind of sick, honestly.
You should be an interior decorator, man.
Possibly, you know.
Shit, come to my crib. I'm still trying to figure out my fucking studio.
I'm a big fan of mid-century modern furniture. That shit is nice.
Hell yeah.
You know, a little atomic age, nice little Eames chair, or maybe like a nice little desk.
Would you say that's your guilty pleasure to look at shit like that?
Yeah, but I can't afford it.
It's nice to look at.
Shit, vintage furniture is an entirely different market than vintage clothes. I mean,
yeah.
But if you have the space for it, go crazy. You know,
dope.
I just love. I don't know. I like old stuff. Imagine that.
Yeah. Dopez, man. It has been a pleasure having you. Any shameless plugs, self-promo right here. Where can people find you? Where can they follow you? And what's coming up for you?
Dopez 1200 on everything. That's even my student email. I even have Dopez 1200 at utexas.edu.
That's hilarious.
I haven't been a student for fucking 5 years and I still got that email. Nice. Dopez 1200. I remember professors would look at me funny.
You'll get a lot of discounts with that.
Right?
So, yeah.
Shit. But follow me on Dopez 1200 on everything, you know, all the social medias. I'm not even going to list them.
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube. If you want to see me just fucking ramble on and on and on and on about scratching, I still have some decent archive footage there. And what's next for me is
what shows you got coming up? What we doing?
Shit. Well, tonight I'm DJing at Y2K at Barbarella every Thursday. Now Y2K
with DJ Netscape.
With DJ Netscape, who is also me, the man inside me,
alongside DJ Napster.
We need to have the sound from back in the day when you would connect to the internet.
Oh, the 56K.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
No one answer the phone because I'm fucking.
God forbid someone pick up the fucking phone.
No one pick up a phone because I'm trying to download this pair of tits and it's going real slow. I'm almost at the nipple. All right, I'm done.
That's hilarious.
I'm done.
Chris, what you got going on?
I'm gonna try to salvage the fucking video. That's what I'm gonna do all week.
Trying to get my heart rate down. That shit was fucking scary.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's what I'm doing. What about that, man? What are you doing?
What's going on, homie?
Officially back in wedding season. The summer was a little brutal because we were slow, but now I've literally had 2 weddings in a row within like less than a week, and I have another one coming up this Saturday. And then obviously just placeholder on Sundays and just come hang out.
Fire.
So yeah.
Do you do quinces?
You know,
with title.
I've been asked to do quinces, but I've only done one, and I did one for a friend just recently. I mean, I've done them before, but I feel like there's so much more pressure for quinces than there is a wedding. Because
really,
I feel like with quinces, the quinceañera could either be like a little monster who's like super demanding because I've seen them before, or they could be really nice and like really cool and just like want a lot of fun stuff. And that was the one I just did recently. She was awesome. I knew her mom. It ended up being great. But I've done some where the quinceañera is just barking at everybody and yelling. And I'm like, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Good to know.
But if I get inquiries for quinceañeras, I'll send them your way.
No, thank you. We'll send them to Dopez.
Oh, shit.
To DJ Netscape.
Shit, I hope they like a fucking worn out Super Seal and a Toad Style beat for 2.5 hours.
Fuck it.
And then I do it, and then we do a damn scratch workshop.
Yeah. At the end, teach them how to scratch. All right, y'all. That has been it. I'm gonna go get my heart rate down because that blackout freaked me the fuck out. But we out. DJ Kick It.
Dirty Chris.
And Dopez.
And RLE in the back. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.